Welcome to TFA Thrivecast, your go-to podcast for conversations that inspire, empower, and equip today's learners, leaders, and change makers. I'm your host, Nusera Kennebrew, and today we're diving deep with a remarkable guest, Dr. Silas Wanderer. Dr. Wanderer is an education leader, edtech strategist, and global advocate for equitable access to learning. As the Chief Executive Officer of TFA Solutions, he's transforming how communities learn, from corporate teams to classrooms in Kenya and beyond. With over a decade of experience in digital learning, curriculum innovation, and leadership development, Dr. Wanderer brings a powerful blend of research, strategy, and heart to the education space. Stay with us. This is a conversation you don't want to miss.
Hello, and welcome to TFA Thrivecast, the podcast where we explore the exciting world of digital learning and how it's shaping the education students across the region. I'm your host, Dr. Silas Wanderer, or just call me Dr. Silas, Thriving for Achievement, or TFA. Today we're diving into a topic that is close to the heart of every educator: engagement. Our episode is titled Beyond the Textbook, Engaging K12 Students with Interactive Learning. We all know that keeping our grades 1 through 12 learners fully captivated can be a challenge. Traditional textbooks are valuable, of course, but how often do we see students' eyes glazed over during a long reading or their energy deep when faced with yet another static worksheet? Especially now with dynamic curricula like competency-based education, the CBE, that focuses is rightly shifting towards active participation, skill development, and making a learning a truly hands-on experience. So the big question is, how can we move beyond the textbook to spark that curiosity and make learning an adventure? Are you looking for ways to bring your lessons to life, make complex topics understandable, and truly capture your students' attention every day? Well, you're in the right place. Today we are pulling back the curtain to show you how the specific interactive tools on TFA learning platform are transforming the classroom experience for young students. We'll be exploring features like dynamic digital quizzes, immersive gamified learning adventures, and versatile things like drag and drop activities. We'll demonstrate how these tools are not just adding fun, though they certainly do that, but are powerful instruments for fostering deeper understanding, building critical 21st century skills, and aligning perfectly with the goals of a modern education globally. So let's look at the first tool, dynamic digital quizzes and instant polls. All right, let's kick things off with a classroom staple that we've supercharged: dynamic digital quizzes and instant polls. Think about traditional quizzes, often paper-based with a delay in feedback. We wanted to transform assessment from a test of memory into an active part of learning process itself. So the question is, why is this important for the schools, especially K through 12? Because at this age, immediate reinforcement is key. Students need to know how quickly if they're on the right track, and they thrive on interaction. So within the TFA platform, teachers can effortlessly create or select from a library of vibrant digital quizzes. These aren't just your standard multiple choice questions, though we have those too. We're talking about image-based questions, matching pairs, filling in the blanks, and even short audio or video clips that students respond to. For instant polls, a teacher can pose a quick question, Mid-lesson, our students can vote using their devices, with results appearing in real time to spark discussion. So, checking out the specific benefits and engagement factors for K-12. So the first huge benefit is instant feedback. And this is based on research. Imagine students answers a question, boom, they immediately see if they're correct, often with a brief explanation. This builds confidence and helps correct the misunderstandings on the spot. No more waiting for graded paper. Secondly, it promotes active participation. Students are clicking, selecting, and thinking critically with each question. Plus, the visual appeal is so much greater than a plain worksheet. We use colors, relevant images, and clean interface that is easy for young learners to navigate. For polls, seeing their collective response appear like that makes every student feel that input matters or they're heard in the class. So these are the tools that support differentiation. Teachers can assign varied quiz levels or use polls to quick gauge understanding across the class, allowing them to tailor their next steps. And crucially, this aligns beautifully with the CBE emphasis on formative assessment, using assessments for learning, not just of learning. Let's take another example, concrete example or scenario. Let's take a grade 3 lesson. And this lesson, I'm going to touch on Swahili, a lesson on wanyama, that's animals in Swahili. Instead of just pointing to pictures in a book on a TFA platform, students could take a digital quiz where they hear the sound and have a select the correct picture of that animal, or they might match pictures of animals to the Swahili names. That instant figures tells them the sahihi or jaribu tena, correct or try again, making it positive challenge. For a quick check-in during a grade 5 social studies lesson about different countries in Africa, a teacher could launch an instant poll. Which of these is the largest country by land, by area? Students vote, results pop up, and it become a great launch pad for further discussion. So we're gonna look at the second tool, the gamified learning adventures. Next up, let's talk about something that gets K through 12 students incredibly excited. Gamified learning adventures. We all know children love to play games. So why not harness that natural enthusiasm for educational purposes? Gamification isn't turning lessons into mindless games. It's about applying games like elements, like points, badges, narratives, and challenges to learning tasks to boost motivation engagement. So here's how it works. On the platform, gamified adventures might take a form of a themed quest where students progress through levels by correctly answering questions or completing interactive tasks. For example, a math module could be an adventure of the lost city of numbers, or a scientific unit could be a mission to explore planet Earth. Students might earn points for correct answers, unlock new characters or parts of a story, or receive a digital badges for mastering concept. So the primary benefit is the huge boost in motivation. The desire to earn points, complete a quest, or achieve a new badge can make challenging topics feel more approachable and fun. It taps into the intrinsic desire for achievement and mastery. So these achievement and adventures also foster persistence. If a student gets an answer wrong, they might lose life, but can try again, learning from their mistakes in low-stakes environment. This builds what we call resilience. So the narrative element is also powerful for K through 12. Wrapping up learning content in a compelling story helps students connect with the material on an emotional level and improves retention, plus it breaks down complex topics into manageable, bit-sized challenges. So building on the concrete example or scenario, consider a grade 6 English lesson, parts of a speech. Instead of just defining the nouns, the verbs, and adjectives, students could embark on a grammar galaxy adventure. They might also have to fuel their spaceship, progress to space pirates by choosing the right verb to complete the challenge. Earning a star badge for each part of the speech mastered makes the learning journey more memorable and rewarding. For younger learners on the lower grade levels, adventure could even involve helping a friend character collect a certain number of magic seeds by solving simple additional problems to plant a beautiful garden. So now we're jumping on the third tool. We talked about gamified learning events, and we talked about dynamic digital instant polls. So for this section, we'll look at the drag and drop activities and interactive diagrams. So finally, let's explore a fantastic tool for visual and kinesthetic learners. Drag and drop activities are interactive diagrams. So much of the K12 learning involves understanding the relationships, sequences, and labeling parts of a whole. Static diagrams in a textbook can be hard to interact, but a digital tool, it opens up a whole world of hands-on exploration. So on a TFA platform, a drag and drop activity might involve students moving labels to the correct parts of a diagram, like the plants, parts of a plant, or the organs in the human body. They might sequence historical events by dragging them in the correct order, or even categorizing items by dragging them into different boxes. Interactive diagrams allow students to click on different parts or even reveal more information or see an animation. So I want to highlight specific benefits and engagement factors for students in K-12. So these tools are excellent. First, for visual and spatial reasoning, students can see how things fit together and manipulate elements digitally, which helps us solidify their understanding in active learning at its best. Two, they also provide a safe space for experimentation. If a student drags a label to the wrong place, they can easily try again without mess or frustration of erasing on the paper. This encourages trial and error, or a key part of the learning process. For complex concepts, breaking them down into interactive parts makes them less overwhelming. Clicking on a part of an engine to see it animate, or dragging stages of a butterfly life cycle in order to understand and make abstract ideas tangible, it's an excellent way of learning. All right, so just diving deep in the example scenario, in a grade 4 science lesson on our environment, students could encounter an interactive diagram for a local ecosystem. They might drag pictures of animals and plants to the correct habitat. Example, a fish to the river, a bird to a tree. Clicking on each element could reveal fun facts. Let's look at an example for grade 7 mathematics lesson on geometry. Students could use the drag and drop tool to sort out different shapes. Is this a triangle, a quadruple, is it a circle? Into the correct categories based on their properties. Or they could label the parts of a circle, the radius, the diameter, the circumference, by just dragging terms to the correct lines on the interactive diagrams. I just want to say I love mathematics because of these things. So just in summary, we can say we've explored today moving beyond the textbook with tools like dynamic digital tools, gamified learning adventures, and interactive drag and drop on the TFA platform. It isn't just about making learning more fun for students, although it certainly does that. It's about creating a deeply engaging, effective, and a student-centered learning environment. These tools help build competencies, encourage active participation, and foster a genuine love for learning that will serve students well throughout the education journey and beyond. So are you an educator, a school administrator, or even a parent who's curious to see these innovative tools in action? We invite you to experience the TFA first-hand request on a personalized, no-obligation demo on the learning platform. So simply go to our website, www.twitterforafrica, That's tutorforafrica.com and click on the demo, and you should be able to navigate and explore yourselves. Thank you very much for joining us in today's Thrivecast podcast, and see you next time.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of TFA Thrivecast. Again, I'm Notera Kinebrew. A big thank you to Dr. Silas Wandera for sharing his journey, insights, and vision for the future of learning and leadership. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow, subscribe, and share with fellow learners and leaders who are ready to thrive. Let's stay connected. Follow us on Facebook, TFA Solution Limited, Instagram at FA Solution LinkedIn, TFA Solution Limited, TikTok at FA.Solution,